Welcome to Diaspora Scholars TV. We are here again, I keep saying, in West Virginia, a second time. This time round, we got my friend Mabena from Zimbabwe. He's telling us his life story, how he left Zimbabwe through South Africa to come here. Right now, you are telling us how, you found yourself in Atlanta, sold some books.
Yep.
What was the name of that company again?
Southwest Sales Company. Mm-hmm. It's a company that focuses on hiring international students to come to America in the summer to pay and raise money so they can pay for their way through school. Mm-hmm. So the company focuses on bolstering the ability to give students a lot of confidence so they can truly find their way and be able to navigate their way through America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it teaches you business. It teaches you the ability they drop you off at the corner of the street and they set you up with housing. Sometimes they don't. They say, go figure it out without pre-planning. But it's an interesting, weird thing. It might seem like they're abandoning you, but they're
teaching
not.
you.
They told us you sign up for this and you figure it out very quickly. And if not slowly, but you learn how to kind of advocate for yourself at 18 years old.
Wow.
Our parents.
So right off high school. You went to college. You went to University of Cape Town in South Africa.
I started at the age of 15. I went to university at 15. Yeah.
I mean, you're a smart guy. You keep on saying like you had learning disability of some kind, but it doesn't sound like it.
No, I think it was misunderstood. The learning abilities, or they would call it disability, it was more focused on how I perceive data, and for me, it's through geometry.
Oh,
I'm visual.
That's why you became an architect.
Yeah, and that's why I also designed.
That's why you became an engineer.
And I designed cars.
That's why you're a chief innovation officer.
Because I see patterns.
You see things in 3 dimensions.
It's weird, but when I'm in meetings, I don't sit down and listen. I draw. And in the sketch I have in my book, it says a lot of data points, which anyone else looks at it, they don't understand what they're looking at. But for me, I can actually look at it and tell you what was talked about in detail. And I can literally just recite it and tell you, we talked about this, and this was the point about this. And right now, even the work I do outside of Unigen, I work with Mercedes-Benz.
You work with Mercedes-Benz?
Right now, yeah, as well.
As a designer?
I design all their trucks. Yeah.
We don't make this stuff up. I'm telling you, you can become from being a refugee, become homeless, and become the chief innovation officer at Unigen that makes skedamin and other medicines for sickle cell anemia. He's also an engineer designer at Mercedes-Benz right here in West Virginia?
In Oregon.
In Oregon?
Daimler trucks.
Daimler-Benz?
Mm-hmm. Daimler-Benz, I work for them as well. Yeah.
Do you want to be like him? You want to say yes, but you don't know what he went through.
Oh, no, it was not easy. I would lie to you if I say it was just like this. And I think I talked about the hero's journey. It's really this chart, visual. Again, talking visual, it's like you're walking through life. It's not a straight line. It's like this. And along the way, the dips, then there's ups, then there's downs, but it's okay. Because to be honest with you, the things I went through the worst were the best teachers for me. The things that I went through the best were a reward for conquering the things that were tough. So nothing's bad.
Experience is the best teacher, but I always add, only if you're a good student.
If you're a good listener and student, you have to listen and also observe the signals.
Observe the signals from God. Oh my goodness, you're among the very few engineers and architects who really also have a lot of, believe in a deity, in God. A true God. It's been your compass.
It's so, when you empty the noise, and the noise that I'm talking about is modern life, cell phones, social media. When you truly empty the noise, he's right there, always.
When you empty the noise, he's right there.
That's why I keep saying the noise and the silence. Follow the silence.
Mabena, I'm going to take you through a journey. I mean, we talked earlier a little bit. I mean, I think it's an opportunity also to help some people also a little bit and learn a little bit more about themselves, really, because this show is about the people who watch. This show, many are scholars, people who left their motherland to come to the U.S.
Yeah.
Your father died when you were here.
Yeah, he died when I was here. I worked very hard for many years. And in 2017 when I just graduated from this prestigious school in Pasadena. So it's actually the best design school in the world.
What school was that?
It's called Art Center College of Design.
Oh, really? Well, that's
I got a full scholarship, yeah. And I was sleeping in my car in the parking lot for 4 years at that school with a full scholarship because I had to support my family.
You lived in a car for 4 years
I had
to save money to support your parents.
And that's how I got connected to Unity and got the CEO, found out. And he's like, why are you doing this? I'm like, no, this is why.
Dr. Charles Otieno lives in Pasadena.
And he met me when I was doing this. I decided one night to actually go eat some sushi because I had good money. I was making money, but I was like, oh, I'm never spending time in my apartment. I'm wasting money. My parents in my community are struggling. I'm in America. I'm not in a bad place. I should sacrifice something. I had a nice Mercedes-Benz station wagon given to me by a family, the Jewish family from before, in 1995, and I slept in it. It was beautifully comfortable, and there were showers in school. I had everything I needed. So being an African was like, use what you've got. So
for 4 years, you lived in a car.
It was actually quite fun.
4 years?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And my friends were concerned. They're like, no, we need you to stay in the house. Eventually, they actually manhandled me to stay with them. They're like, no. I was doing good work. I was passing. That's why to maintain the scholarship, I had to be 4.0.
Art School of Design in Pasadena.
Very
it's
difficult.
not easy to even stay a semester in that school.
I'm competing against kids who are driving Lamborghinis.
That is Pasadena.
Yeah, everyone has every resources under their belt. And I had the scholarship, which was enough resource, but I had to also use my wit and save because I knew to keep up. But I was the most successful at the end. And I was the only black person that graduated in the school.
The only person who was black at the time at that school.
Yeah.
A prestigious art school of design.
Yep.
From living from a car.
Yep.
To save money to help your parents.
I had to, yeah.
You had to.
I had to. And it was a good sacrifice, and I would do it all over again.
Wow, I must say, I mean, we've talked, before. I had no idea what you're telling me right now. If somebody sees you right now, they only see success. They don't know what is under the sea.
Everyone, I believe that every single person you see, NBA player, movie star, I mean, ask any name, I'm sure yourself as well, you've gone through that. They go through the hero's journey. Because for them to be able to handle what's up there, they have to go through the hero's journey. Because those are the components or the attributes or the mechanisms or systems that help you to operate at a very high level. When you get to that high point, what you go through actually makes you strong. Like going to the gym makes you so strong that you can handle this. Because this is not easy. Even though you're up there, you have to maintain that.
It's not easy, yeah.
Like climb Mount Everest. If you climb Mount Everest all the time, you can go to the top. But you can't just climb all of a sudden.
No.
So the hero's journey is literally like going to the summit and then getting used to the struggles of that, oxygenating your blood, and then you go to the next level. And that's how they train. Mount Kilimanjaro, same situation. You can't just climb to the top. You gotta get used to that the climate in every. See, that's how I look at
every level. There is at a certain attitude you have to acclimatize at every step.
And God has
to guide you.
God is your Sherpa.
Wow, that's really powerful.
You can't do without him.
So where did Dr. Charles Otieno find you?
I was walking in a garage and I got into this elevator and I saw this guy dressed up so light. I was like, this guy is not serious about life. I'll make fun of him. We'll make fun of each other. And he saw me and I saw him and I was like, you're African. He's like, you're African. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm from Kenya. Hey, come to my house tomorrow for dinner. That's how it happened. Because you see, I was thin, super thin.
Which year was that?
It was 2014.
2014?
Yeah. So I've known him for that long.
And you went to his house?
Next day, his wife was like, come. She cooked me everything from under the African sun. I think he told her, hey, we need to cook for this young man. He just invited me just to come so they could get to know me. And they invited me every Sunday to eat, fatted me up a little bit. And that's all it was. Just come eat and we talk about life. And then he started to understand what I do. He came to my school and he's like, wow, we need to keep connected. Let's just figure out what we can do for Africa. Unigen was just a PowerPoint, a simple PowerPoint. Like, hey, I've got this
Unigen
idea.
was a PowerPoint
It was actually like
2014.
1-page Word document that was like, hey, I'm trying to do this thing. We're trying to.
It's all this multi-million facility that we are looking at right now.
Yeah, this is just a PowerPoint. Like, what is this thing? And then all of a sudden, over the years, we just kept adding things and working on things and, helping where we can and building things. And eventually I progressed in my education and experience, designed cars, worked for Audi in Germany. I didn't go to Germany, but I worked for America, and I worked for Rivian. I worked on the Rivian. I designed the Rivian. I was one of the founding team.
Oh, really? Rivian?
I was one of the first 80 people. Then I left Rivian. I went to Nissan, worked on Nissan Aura. Left when my dad died.
So where that was in California or where?
In
Oregon?
Detroit.
You were in Detroit?
I was in Detroit, Novi, Michigan. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was there. Yep. Yeah.
Which years were those?
2016. 2015 and 16. Yeah.
Do you know I was living in Detroit in 2015 and 16?
Oh, I think we probably crossed paths without knowing.
You were living in Novi?
In Ann Arbor as well. Yeah, I lived in Ann Arbor. I lived in Ann Arbor because they had student housing, because I was student.
There's University of Michigan right there.
Yeah, and I loved that school. I should have gone there, but it's okay. I even just being there was enough.
2015, 2016, you were in Novi, Michigan.
I was in Novi, Michigan, and Ann Arbor. I started in Ann Arbor for the first year, then the second year I moved to Novi. Yeah, it was great. I actually loved the culture, the food, the music. People are real,
But it was colder than...
Oh, it's too cold. The cold chased me away. Moved to Oregon when I met my wife. Yeah, and I met her in 2016. Yeah.
You met in Michigan?
No, I met her when I came here to Oregon. Sorry, when I went to Oregon to visit a friend's birthday, and I just knew this is the person I'll spend my life with. I just knew. Signals.
Again, God gave you.
Gave me the specific signals, which I know when they show up. They don't show up anytime. When they show up, it's for a reason, and I listen. And
What's her name?
Her name is Ginger. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah.
Ginger, my friend here, who's your husband. I can't believe that he has all this, with him. He's never told me this, but it's a great learning opportunity to learn from you and also for our viewers as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still have to go back. You couldn't go and bury your father.
Yeah, I could not because of visa restrictions.
And there were still problems in Zimbabwe.
And problems with family stuff, right? As you guys know, and how it is in African culture, with what happens when a father dies and you're the firstborn. And I couldn't go back, so that was out of my security not to go back, but also our baby was coming.
Oh wow!
So with travel situations being tough, I couldn't take the risk, but also the fear of what will happen if I go back home.
Yeah.
And so, and that was tough. All I could hear was one of the audios of him, people singing in his funeral. And I saw like a video of the actual funeral through WhatsApp or Skype the day of funeral, but I couldn't record that. But an actual video was recorded, DVD, but I've never watched it. It's been 7 years. But I'm getting ready to go back this July.
You are ready to go back and get a closure.
It's time to get closure, and I just had a nice conversation with you about, as being a black man, African man, we don't talk about emotions. We are told to be strong and be brave, but we're struggling. So I struggled with mental health and depression because of losing my father. And my wife has been there for me, my church has been there for me, but it's something I need to also deal with. And I think being able to be vulnerable with you helped me actually answer some things.
Get a navigation. Yeah.
And I think it's important for a lot of men out there, specifically, I say men, because we are told just don't show it's weakness to show emotion. I don't care. I've been long enough in America to truly know that there's power in emotion. My wife always tells me, I'm so happy. That's why I want to be with you, because you're vulnerable, because I am connected to you. Because she wants connection.
She wants connection.
So if I'm always...
to get